Hello everybody, this is Mr. Robin. Welcome back to another episode of the Washington Commanders franchise here on Madden NFL 22, the Big 5-0. As year 3 begins today, and we host the Dallas Cowboys to begin the season. We're coming off of a 7-10 year, and we're looking to build on that and get to the playoffs for the first time this series, but it's a new era because it is the Michael Penix Jr. era. He will be at the helm. Before we get too much into the game, here's Coach Eric Bieniemy at the podium answering just a couple of questions. They're asking us how can we beat the Cowboys, and I think it's got to deal with our run game. I think we got to lean on Antonio Gibson and Kareem Hunt today and pound the rock. Also ask us about Dak Prescott, and I think stopping his passing ability will go a long way. So that's just, I'm just answering a couple of questions. Now before we get into the game, we have one new addition to the squad. L'Jarius Sneed was cut by the Chiefs at the end of preseason, and we're going to pick him up on a one-year deal. Makes sense. Reunite him with his old defensive coordinator in Kansas City, Steve Spagnuolo. So our secondary gets a little boost here. One trade before the episode 2. Grover Stewart gets traded to the Bears for a second and a future 5. He was just acquired by Tampa Bay. But they drafted Bear Alexander in the 3rd pick of the draft. So he is going to Chicago, reunites him with his old defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus. So that brings us to our game today, week number 1. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. As year 3 and the 2025 NFL season is upon us, it'll be the Commanders starting off with the football. And we are underway as the former Commander Tress Way sending it to Washington. Here's the undrafted rookie Damon Cox, the return man, and he gets out up to the 32-yard line. And that is where Michael Penix Jr. will begin. He sat on the bench all of last year, learned behind Kirk Cousins, but now it's time to let him take the reins and see what the lefty is made of. Starts off first play with a handoff to Antonio Gibson, who races right side, and Gibson will get a gain of 8. No Devin Singletary, broke his wrist in the preseason. He'll miss a couple of weeks, so Gibson will be the primary back today. 2nd and 2, it's a floater out there for Jahan Dotson, who grabs the first down, just gets enough yardage. Next play, back to the ground, a development for Gibson, but this time it's swallowed up. Dallas has 3 Pro Bowlers on that defensive line, so it's going to be tough to stop them. 2nd and 9, here's Gibson, who races through them, though, picks up 8. And now the first 3rd down of the day for Washington. A 3rd and 1. Penix goes underneath center with 3 tight ends. They give it to Kareem Hunt, and Hunt gets the first down and more. The former Arizona Cardinal picks up 11. He was signed in preseason, reunited with his former OC in Kansas City, and Eric Bieniemy. 1st and 10. Gibson bottled up this time. Nowhere to go. It's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Trying to spread out the defense. Penix takes a snap, fires across the middle, and he misses his target. And Tyron Smith is hurt on the play. Our big new signing is hurt, and he will not return to this game. So now 3rd and 12, the screen set up for Gibson, and great patience by Antonio Gibson to find the first down space. A great catch and run for number 24. So a new set of downs. Penix goes right back to him. Why not? And only a gain of 1 that time. 3 tight ends here on 2nd and 9. Play fake. Penix taking a shot to the end zone. He overthrows McLaurin. He had him, but just let him too much out the back of the end zone. So now a 3rd and 9. Trying to set up another screen for Gibson, this time on the right side, and he's not going to get to the first down marker. Then Washington will kick 3 and take a 3-0 lead. Here comes Dak Prescott in the Dallas Cowboys offense, the X-Factor quarterback who had a very MVP-like season just a year ago. He is a nightmare to play against. He'll start off at his own at 25 today with 2 tight ends in his formation. It's a handoff to Pollard, and Offensive Player of the Year meet Defensive Player of the Year. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Pollard was NFL Offensive Player of the Year, while Jonathan Allen was Defensive Player of the Year. 2nd and 10, Prescott's chased by Payne. He dumps this one to the sideline, and Dallas faces an early 3rd and 10. Prescott back to the air. Fires left side, and a beautiful striking. It's caught. That's the second-year man out of Colorado State, Torrey Horton, with the grab. Moves the chains now at about midfield. Another quick hitter, this time for Gallup, who bounces off a couple of men and picks up maybe 1 yard. Next to the air on 2nd and 10. Prescott over the middle. Has CeeDee Lamb, who grabs it at the marker. A first down for big number 88, the superstar wide receiver. Gets a new set of downs. Out to the 37. Handoff for Pollard. Plenty of space up the middle. This Cowboys line, despite the loss of Tyron Smith, still very solid. 2nd and 4. Right side throw for Gallup. And Michael Gallup with another reception. He had 897 yards and 6 touchdowns a year ago. And he gets Dallas here in the red zone. From the 19, Prescott steps up and through. He's got plenty of space to run. He's going to pick up a first down. A 14-yard scramble for Dak Prescott. Goal to go now here for the Cowboys. They go to Pollard, and he has nowhere to go. 4 burgundy shirts in the backfield. It's a loss of 3. 2nd and goal now. Prescott feels pressure in the pocket, but he finds his cutting man across the middle. Horton again, who fights forward. Gets the yardage right back, but it's 3rd and goal. From the 4, Prescott looks left side, has a man and is caught. Torrey Horton, what a drive for him. Has to step up in replace for the now gone Brandon Cooks. And he does just that, puts 7 on the board. It's now 7-3 Cowboys. Second drive here for Washington, and there's Penix with another miss. That's his 3rd miss already of the day. He had McLaurin on the crossing pattern. 2nd and 10 to Gibson. He's bottled up, nowhere to go. And it's quickly now a 3rd and 9. Trips to the right. Penix looks across the middle, and he misses his man, Ali. He had him again. Maybe a little bit of jitters here for Michael Penix Jr. in his first start, but that'll take us to the end of the first quarter, where the Cowboys have a 7-3 lead. They start off this frame at their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Prescott right side. It's caught. That is the Pro Bowl tight end Jake Ferguson, who had an absolute field day against us in the 2 meetings last year. 2nd and 6. It's a handoff for CeeDee Lamb, and he's going to get a first down. CeeDee Lamb now getting it done as a rush. That's a gain of 11. Next play, a rush for Pollard left side, and nobody's there. Davis finally turns around and brings him down, but not until he crosses midfield and gets out to the 34. Next play, they go right back to Pollard. The Offensive Player of the Year gets 4. He's got 7 for 31 in the early going. 2nd and 6. Now I'm going to try to stretch right side, but this time it's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. who meets him there. A loss of 1 thanks to the second-year man out of Clemson. 3rd and 7 now. Prescott in the pocket, feels pressure, and he scrambles and goes down. That's a big sack by Payne and Allen as it knocks Dallas out of field goal range. They'll punt it back to Washington. So the next drive for the Commanders, still down by 4, and this is a great run by Kareem Hunt. He picks up 11. There's an injured Cowboy, DeMarvion Overshown. Now 3rd and 4. Penix out left side. He connects with Gibson. That's a first down. Nice read by Penix to get it out quick off the blitz. And that puts just Washington out to the 35. Next play, handoff, Hunt, right side, plenty of space. And Kareem Hunt barrels his way down for a gain of 11. He's got 3 for 33. Out to the 24. This time Gibson checks back in. He breaks the tackle, fighting through some hand contact. Pickup of 9 in the Washington ground game. Picking up right back where they left off last year. 2nd and 1. Gibson up the middle. He powers his way down to the 6. And the Hogs offensive line 2.0 is playing really well. 1st and goal. Penix this time off the naked bootleg, getting him outside the pocket. He fires. Has Gibson at the 4. He's pushed out at the 1-yard line. Now with 2nd and goal, a yard to go. Hunt checks in. He gets the handoff, and he pushes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's Kareem Hunt getting the first touchdown of the 2025 season for the Burgundy and Gold. They take a 10-7 lead as the next play here's Cowboys from the line of scrimmage. And it's a big run. Pollard with nobody in front of him out in space. Breaks the tackle all the way down to the 19-yard line. A big 56-yard run for Tony Pollard. Unfortunately, 5 of those yards will be coming right back as there is a false start on Dallas. It's now 1st and 15. Offset I. Pollard in the backfield. Prescott, though, the 3-step drop. Fires right side. Gallup. He picks up a nice gain of 10. But now it's 3rd and 1. They go play fake to Pollard. Prescott under pressure. Dumps this one to the sideline. It'll be 4th down. But they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and 1 here. And Eric Bieniemy is actually going to call timeout. He did not like the look. But coming out of the timeout, Dallas is actually going to kick a field goal. So Mike McCarthy changes his mind, and the reigning coach of the year would rather take the 3 points. And we're tied up at 10 apiece at the 2-minute warning. Washington has it 3rd and 2. And it's not going to be going anywhere as Antonio Gibson is flattened. Braden Daniels completely misses the block there. And that'll allow Ryan Stonehouse, our new punter, to punt this one away. And the former Tennessee Titan will push it out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So the Cowboys with a nice chance to double dip here, but they almost give it up right back. Fuller had that one in his hands, but he drops an INT. So Dallas catches a break. Now 2nd and 10, trying to set up a screen for Pollard. He gets it, forced back to the middle of the field, and he'll pick up 7. So big 3rd and 3 here. Dallas, they're going to let the clock run just in case they don't get it. It's all the way down to 1:04. And on 3rd and 3 is caught by Horton, but he's forced backwards. And that's Jake Ferguson. He doesn't get the first down. That'll be a punt, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. A tightly contested game here at 10-10. We'll have to find out who pulls away in the second half. Well, a new NFL season is upon us. Everybody in the league trying to start off undefeated. So we'll take a look at some of the scores here in Week 1. Starting off with the Thursday night game, the Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs, they knock off the Buffalo Bills 28-14. We have to face them twice this year, being in our division, and they get a nice win over Buffalo. Now with the other games on Sunday, here's the Panthers hosting the Titans, and Tennessee is off to a 21-0 start. Baker Mayfield playing against his former squad, leading his team out to a lead, while Bryce Young has 2 first-half interceptions. Finally, in Baltimore, the Ravens playing host to the Steelers, and this one's a pretty neck-and-neck game. It's tied up at 7 apiece going into the half. And back to our matchup here in Landover. A tightly contested contest through 2 quarters, tied up at 10 apiece. But it's the Cowboys starting off with the football here in the second half, and Dak Prescott starts off with a 2-yard completion. Then a handoff to Tony Pollard right side. Not much there to go. Had a very good first half, 85 yards on 9 carries. And now it's 3rd and 6 where Prescott finds CeeDee Lamb on the crossing pattern. That's another 3rd down conversion for the Cowboys. Did a very good job on 3rd downs in the first half. Next play, quick pass right side, and that one's caught. They're going to rule that a 7-yard catch for Gallup. The ball was obviously on the ground. I don't understand the call, but Bieniemy's going to throw the challenge flag, and as you can see, yes, he slid, and yes, he had the ball in his hands, but it clearly came out. They're still going to mark that a catch. I don't understand. He didn't complete the catch at all. But nonetheless, a 7-yard pickup for Michael Gallup, and then a run for Tony Pollard picks up a first down. Out to midfield go the Cowboys, and here's Pollard, who sheds 1 tackle and fights forward for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now, 2 tight ends. Handoff again, Pollard left side, cuts it back right, but there's Drue Tranquill in the gap. Tranquill only played in 12 games last year, looking to have a more impact here in his 2nd season in Washington. Is on 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott rolling outside the pocket. Trotter gives chase, but Prescott makes a move and picks up the first down with his legs. Prescott's only rushed 3 times, but all 3 of those have been deadly. It's now past midfield. There's a 3-yard run for Tony Pollard. It's been a very methodical drive here for the Cowboys as Pollard crosses the century mark. 2nd and 7. A hit stick by Allen levels Tony Pollard in the backfield. Defensive Player of the Year wins that one. And now it's 3rd and 7 again. Prescott back to pass. Has a hole at the middle, and he's going to take it, and he's going to get the first down. Gets hit hard. But another 3rd down conversion by Dallas, specifically on the back of Prescott's legs. Next play, throw left side. Here's Horton, who breaks 1 arm tackle. He gets 8 on the out route. He's had himself a very good game today. 2nd and 2. Prescott again left side. This time Ferguson with the grab, but he goes nowhere. Nice defense there, and it's a 3rd down again. 3rd and 2. Quick pass right side. It's caught, and Gallup has another first down out to the 10. Basically goal to go now here for the Cowboys. Prescott back to the air again. Looks across the middle. This one's dropped. Horton couldn't control it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Pressure, 4-man rush. Right side looking for Pollard, and he stays in bounds. He gets down to the 2 before being brought down. So another 3rd down, a 3rd and 2 in the pistol. They're going to give it to Pollard up the middle, and he finds the gap for a touchdown. The Cowboys with a long first opening drive scores the touchdown. It was almost an 8-minute or a 9-minute drive. So only 6 minutes on the clock in the 3rd quarter as Washington begins their drives. They'll start with a 2-yard run by Gibson. 2nd and 8 now. Quick throw left side. There's McLaurin. He has the first down. Gain to the 38. Penix had a very decent first half. Looking to build on that here as there's another give to Gibson. This time he's wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11 now. 5-man rush. Penix looks left side, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Rod Moore. And that is a big, costly turnover, as it's the first in the career of Penix. And it gives Dallas the football back inside Washington territory. First throw, left side. That one's dropped by CeeDee Lamb. It's a rare drop by number 88. 2nd and 10 now. Prescott back in the pocket again. He's going to look to the flats. And actually, Eric mails this one to the sideline. Not sure if that was a throwaway or intended for Pollard. Nonetheless, 3rd and 10. A big stop would be here for Washington. Prescott steps up in the pocket, runs with it, and again gets the first down by mere inches. That's the 3rd time in a row on 3rd down he's picked it up with his legs. 1st and 10 now from the 35. Short pass for Pollard as he gets a nice block from Horton. It actually springs him for a first down. I don't think he got it, but nonetheless, the refs give it to him anyway. Next play, Prescott in the pocket, short. There's Pollard. Gain of 6, doing his damage both in the receiving and the run game. 2nd and 4 now. Prescott making some changes at the line. Looks right side. He has Ferguson, but he's going to get a loss of 1. Washington doing a very good job this meeting of allowing him to not get anything on his catches. 3rd and 5. Prescott this time fires across the middle, and he has Ferguson right when they say how good they've done. He actually gets pushed backwards and only picks up a handful. Should have been a big gain, but nonetheless. At the 13-yard line. Prescott in the pocket, faces pressure, gets away, and airmails it to the sideline. That could have been a big sack for Washington. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. From the 13, Prescott back to throw again. Looks over the seam, and he finds a man in the back of the end zone. It's Gallup, touchdown, Cowboys. They take a 14-point lead here after a dominant 3rd quarter. The Commanders only had the ball for like 3 minutes. 14-point deficit as here's Washington beginning of the 4th quarter, 2nd and 5 from their own 30. Penix across the middle finds Jahan Dotson. Nice throw with pressure in his face. It's a first down. Next play now from their own 41, and there's some confusion as there's going to be a false start. Don't think they could get the snap count right, so now it's 1st and 15 as they're going to go to the ground game, and Dallas sells out on the run, and rightfully so. That's a loss of 1. Now 2nd and 13. Now 3rd and 16. Penix at the line, trying to make some adjustments. Here comes the pressure from Dallas. A quick out route for McLaurin. He's only going to get 10. It's going to make it 4th and 6. But Washington, they're going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it here on 4th down. Quick throw for McLaurin. He holds on and has a first down out to the 47. Trust your best offensive weapon when you need him. So now a new set of downs. Pressure in his face, and that's Micah Parsons who delivers the hit to Penix. 2nd and 10 now. Across the middle, finds McLaurin. He holds on through heavy contact and picks up 6 for Washington. He's been the best receiver today for the Commanders. Now 3rd and 4, trying to set up a screen. It's Gibson. He has it, and he's going to get the first down. Needed 4, got 5. Now out to the 35. Next play, handoff for Gibson up the middle, a little bit of space. It's a pickup of 4. Now 2nd and 6 as we get to the 11-minute mark. Penix back to the air again, fires across the middle, and he can't get Gibson. That one's incomplete. Van Der Esch and company in the area. Now 3rd and 6. Penix steps up in the pocket, and he's behind all of his receivers. Another errant throw for the former Husky. And now Washington will just kick 3 as they just guarantee the points. Still a 2-possession game, though. 24-13 your score. Next possession here for Dallas. It's a handoff for Pollard as he continues to run rampant. 18 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. 2nd and 2. He stays in the game. He gets the handoff, but this time Allen meets him again. Another tackle for a loss for the man who had 53 just a year ago. Big 3rd and 2. It's a quick throw for Lamb, who holds on through the Cameron Curl hit. Dallas, they've caught all the contested catches. They've converted all the 3rd downs. They just stay on the field. Next play, here's Prescott rolling out right, and he's going to slide down after a pickup of 5. 7 rushes, 60 yards for the Dallas quarterback. Handoff now to Pollard, and he's going to get stuffed after a pickup of 1. Makes it another 3rd down. This time 3rd and 4. Quick hitter. It's caught by Gallup at the sticks, and they give him the first down. Ah, man, that's a tough one to take. As now out to the 39. This time we got another first down and more. Horton beats Davis in press coverage. He gets out to the 6-yard line. goal to go here for the Cowboys with less than 5 minutes to go. Prescott off the bootleg finds his man. It's the backup tight end Cologne who finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown. And Dallas extends their lead to 3 possessions. And it's now 31-13. This one's almost all but over. Washington on 4th down trying to convert. And Penix misses another throw on McLaurin. And that's going to be all she wrote. Dallas, would they win here in week number 1, 31-13 over the Washington Commanders. Just a very frustrating game on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we had our opportunities, but just Penix missed a lot of throws. I know that's going to happen from a young quarterback who's making his first career start, but some of those mean you got to have. And you can't be throwing that interception. That was telegraphed. Defense, I thought overall they played okay, but I expect better from this defense. I think this defense is a lot improved this season, and they just gave up way too many 3rd downs. The Cowboys were 14 of 17 on 3rd down. That's unacceptable. So we lose week 1, and, well, we did not game plan good for Dak Prescott in this one as we're answering questions on the podium. And, well, obviously the loss hurts, and it's going to hurt our team even more because we're going to have -5 play rec for our next game. That is unfortunate. Here's the scores around the league in week 1. The Panthers get shut out. Bryce Young threw 4 interceptions in that game. And you can see all the scores below, but we'll take a look at all the highlight games. Starting off with that Thursday night game. Well, starting off with the Jets, they win 28-0 over the Dolphins. Drue Alar's first start, 269 yards and a touchdown. A very good win for the Jets, who were the worst team in the league last year. Got the #1 overall pick, and I will see how Alar does. The Sunday night game, the Vikings beat the Lions 24-14. This was interesting because the Lions trade up for Cade Klubnik, but it was Zach Wilson who actually made the starts. Not sure what Dan Campbell's cooking up there in Detroit. Wilson actually looked pretty decent, but when you trade all those assets for the #1 pick, you might want to play him. Vikings get the win. Monday Night Football, 1 of 2, the Colts beat the Jaguars 27-3 in what was a very ugly offensive performance where 5 interceptions were thrown. Richardson did have a touchdown as well as 1 on the ground, which proved to be the difference maker, and the Colts pick up the win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And finally, on the West Coast Monday night game, the 49ers beat the Falcons 24-21. Both quarterbacks looked pretty good. Both teams were division winners last year. Falcons trying to prove that they belong, while the 49ers are trying to get back to that Super Bowl they were in just 2 years ago. Here are your players of the week. We saw Prescott in our game, and he got our Offensive Player of the Week. Bobby Okereke had a sack and a forced fumble, while Igbenogson, the rookie from Tennessee, had 2 interceptions. Have yourself a day, Rook. And then Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in their win. Next episode, we got to go to Kansas City, so our opening schedule does not get any easier because we got to go face the AFC champs on the road with -5 play rec on defense. This one's going to be a battle. We got to step up. We got to play better football if we want to stop Patrick Mahomes and this Kansas City offense. The defense is still also pretty solid. We're just going to have our work cut out for us. These are games you got to win, as we'll be facing the Chiefs and the Cowboys again. We can't start 0-3. We got to win one of these 3. Maybe we can win at Arrowhead. But thank you guys so much for watching this one. Sorry we could not pick up the dub, but maybe next time. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.